Tobacco. It's used everywhere across the world, and it has built the economies of various powerful nations, including that of the United States when it was first a country. But we all must ask ourselves this question: what health effects does tobacco have on the world's population as a whole, particularly that of smokeless tobacco? Well, today in the following disquisition, I'm going to try to examine and inform y'all of the health effects that revolve around one of America's most addictive products, smokeless tobacco. I myself used to be a user of smokeless tobacco, along with many of my family members, many of which still are users of smokeless tobacco. Now, first of all, we're going to look into what exactly smokeless tobacco is. Secondly, we're going to look at what health effects arise from the usage of smokeless tobacco. And third of all, we're going to look at what steps are being taken in order to decrease the consumption of smokeless tobacco around the world. Now, first of all, many of y'all may be asking yourselves, what in God's name is smokeless tobacco? Well, smokeless tobacco is tobacco that isn't smoked. According to Natalie McGill, a writer and reporter for The Nation's Health under Smokeless Tobacco, No Fire but Still Bad for Your Health, she states that smokeless tobacco is usually chewed, snorted, or placed outside the gums. Furthermore, she says that smokeless tobacco contains the same nicotine, a stimulant that could lead to addiction, that is found in cigarettes. Furthermore, there are various types of smokeless tobaccos according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The first that you have is your chewing tobacco, which is largely cut tobacco that is usually sweetened and placed between the cheek and the gums. The second that you're going to have is snuff. Now, your snuff is going to be finely cut tobacco that is placed in pouches or cans and again placed in the mouth. And your third is going to be dissolvables, which are tobacco products that slowly dissolve in your mouth. Now, McGill's views towards the usage of smokeless tobacco products is that they are harmful towards personal health. In her article, she states that the amount of nicotine users get from smokeless tobacco could be 3 to 4 times higher than the nicotine they get from smoking cigarettes, making this product incredibly addictive. Furthermore, she says that smokeless tobacco users are at a higher risk for oral cancer as well as cancers of the lip, throat, and lining of the cheek and the pancreas. So after that statement, you may be asking yourself, what effects do smokeless tobacco have on the health? Well, regular usage can result in some pretty nasty negative effects. One of these would be oral cancer. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, it will start out as leukoplakia, which is a whitish patch on the mouth and throat, which develops into the cancer erythroplakia, which is a reddish raised patch in the mouth. Now, furthermore, according to Gregory N. Connolly, director of the Center for Global Tobacco Control at the Harvard School of Public Health, who is an anti-tobacco advocate and used to be a tobacco user himself, in his article, The Reemergence of Smokeless Tobacco, he states on leukoplakia that it is present in 18 to 64% of users, often at the site where the tobacco was held. Now, another complication that can arise is pancreatic cancer. According to Juan Aguasil, professor of public health at the University of Puebla, and Deborah T. Silverman, chief of the Occupational Environmental Epidemiology branch within the Division of Cancer Epidemiology and Genetics at the National Cancer Institute, states in their article, Smokeless and Other Non-Cigarette Tobacco Use in Pancreatic Cancer, they say that individuals who use smokeless tobacco regularly have a 40% increased risk of pancreatic cancer compared to non-users of tobacco. Now, the research on the linkage between pancreatic cancer and smokeless tobacco is uncommon, but between researchers, it is widely agreed that smokeless tobacco and tobacco usage does have a role to play in pancreatic cancer. So, due to these health effects, or lastly, due to these health effects, there are people out there that are attempting to decline the occurrence of these negative effects. This could be through the usage of nicotine patches, pills, and gums in order to quit. Uh, in McGill's article, she states that there is extensive evidence showing that the use of these types of products, like the nicotine patch and the nicotine gum, considerably increase the likelihood that people can successfully quit. McGill suggests writing down the times that you are more likely to use tobacco and have these products on hand so that you can use these products during that time instead of turning back to the harmful smokeless tobacco. Now, people have also started putting warning signs and labels on smoking tobacco products. In Connolly's article, he states that in early 1986, after action at the state level, Congress enacted a federal law requiring health warning labels on packages of smokeless tobacco. This would basically attempt to scare people off from using this tobacco. Furthermore, there have been age restrictions placed on the purchasing of tobacco, which has decreased the amount of people that can purchase it, along with stopping the sale to minors and having minors get a hold of it. So basically, in conclusion, we have learned and examined the health effects from the addictive product of smokeless tobacco. We have learned exactly what smokeless tobacco is, which is placed usually in the mouth or sniffed. The ill effects of smokeless tobacco, harmful effects like cancers, and we've learned about the laws and ways that people have been trying to curb the usage of smokeless tobacco. So you must ask yourself this question. It might taste good, or it might give you, I guess, a nicotine buzz, but in the end, due to these cancers and so many deadly diseases, is it truly worth it? Is smokeless tobacco truly worth it? Thank you. And here are my keynotes. I think we're supposed to show them.